Chapter 20. Dasaganu's problem solved by Kaka's maid servant. The Lord assumed the form of Sai for the sake of his devotees. Every noon after Aarti, Baba used to come out of the masjid, distribute udi to devotees, mark their foreheads with udi, greet each one of them with love and warmth, and then send them home. Let us visualize Sai in this form, meditate on him, and prostrate before him humbly and lovingly. Isha Upanishad. Dasaganu once started writing a Marathi commentary on Isha Upanishad, which is also called Mantropanishad or Vajsaneya Upanishad. This Upanishad provides a valuable and mystical description of Atma. It is a portrayal of an ideal sage who stands unruffled in the midst of temptation and sorrows, and a detail on the doctrine of Karma Yoga, as well as a reconciliation of the claims of knowledge and work. It is a combination of moral, mystical, and metaphysical knowledge. Though a difficult job, Dasaganu translated it into Marathi verse by verse, but could not grasp the true essence of the Upanishad. Dissatisfied with his effort, despite having prolonged discussions with learned men, Dasaganu prostrated before Baba and requested him to provide the explanation. Baba blessed him and said, "Do not be anxious. The servant maid of Kaka Sahib Dikshit will solve your problem at Vilaparle on your way home." Regardless of the doubts expressed by onlookers on how an illiterate servant maid could explain the essence of the Upanishad, and firmly trusting Baba to guide him on the right path, Dasaganu went to Vilaparle to stay at Kaka's house. Early next morning, Dasaganu heard a poor girl singing a melodious song that described a crimson red sari, its embroidery, design and borders in detail, while she was cleaning utensils in Kaka's house. She was the sister of Namya, the servant maid of Kaka. The little girl, though dressed in rags, was in jubilant moods. Taking pity on her condition, Dasaganu bought her a small sari through Rav Bahadur M.V. Pradhan. The next day, the girl clad in the new sari sang and danced around with great joy and merriment. The following morning, the girl kept the new sari in a box and returned for work in her old torn clothes. She appeared as merry as the previous day, singing and working as usual. Filled with admiration for the little girl, Dasaganu realized that all the feelings of pain or pleasure depend upon the attitude of the mind. Man ought to enjoy all that God has bestowed on him with the firm conviction that whatever he does is for his good. Dasaganu thus had a practical demonstration of the lessons of the Upanishad, that of contentment, with the firm belief that whatever happens is ordained by God and is ultimately for our well-being. Baba's method of teaching was unique and varied. Though he never left Shirdi, he sent disciples to different places to practice sadhanas or taught through visions or dreams. He could have himself explained the Upanishad to Dasaganu, but he wanted Ganu to personally experience the Lord's pervasiveness and his teachings through the servant, her sari, and her joy at Vilaparle. How else could have Dasaganu understood God's nature? The Isha Upanishad tells us that God pervades everything and man should enjoy what he has been blessed with. It forbids him from coveting another's property. It also advises man to spend his lifetime performing his duties, karma, with sincerity, while leaving the result to the will of God. A man who sees all beings in the self and realizes the oneness of all things will cease to be affected by deficiencies of humanity. Om Namo Sayinathaya. Shanti Shanti Shanti. End of chapter 20.